Hi guys, this is Alia Jamal, the love coach. I help women unravel unconditional love within themselves. And today I am talking about a very interesting topic when other peoples are controlling us or when we feel like we are being controlled. And the reason this topic is very dear to me because women from all kind of backgrounds, religion, nationality, race, culture experience this thing where they feel like they're being controlled by somebody. Some men feel that way too, but it's more frequently said thing among women where they feel like maybe their parents are trying to control them, or maybe their spouse is trying to control them, or maybe their friends are trying to control them because what other people are saying is so important that they feel like they are being manipulated into doing things that they don't want to do. And it kind of creates like a stuckness in life or a place where we feel helpless. And in this video, I want to talk about how this whole feeling controlled by other people is just an illusion. And it's kind of like a mental prison that we create that we can come out of anytime we want because we are that powerful. So let's talk a little bit about other people controlling us. So it feels like when someone is saying something, for example, let's say your friend is saying, "Oh, let's go to the movies." But you don't want to go to the movies, you rather go for a dinner. Let's say you're planning a night out with your girlfriends and you feel like they are controlling, the other person is controlling because that's what they want, and inside of you you feel like you have to follow or please them what they want. Or it could look like where your spouse is saying something, they want you to do something and you are not in alignment with it. For example, maybe they want you to go visit a relative and you're not in alignment with that relative, maybe, and you feel like you're being controlled. But I want to take you guys a little deeper into what's happening behind the scene in your own psychology. So, when someone demands something from us, generally we are raised like, do what other people say, they know better than you do. Now this is coming from 0 to 7 age. That's what the dynamics are, because all we are surrounded by adults and they know better and we don't know. So what happens, we take that because it's sitting in our subconscious mind, we come to adult life and we are still following the same thing because we were never, usually people who experience it, they were never given back their authority from the parent figure, and they just keep thinking, okay, I just have to keep pleasing other people, and that's how other people are able to control you. So in that situation, whenever you feel like someone is manipulating you, controlling you, ask yourself this question: is your response or your reaction, is it so you can avoid conflict, disappointment in other person, or you're fearing rejection here? It's usually one of those three. We want to please the other person. We don't want them to reject us. For example, especially in peer group, we don't want our friends to reject us. We would just keep following along. They want to go for dinner, we'll go for a dinner. They want to go for a movie, we'll go there. They want to go to the mall. No matter how uncomfortable we are, we'll just keep tagging along because underneath there is the fear. And another thing underneath the fear is that not trusting ourselves that we can make a decision that is good for us. Usually in peers, I have seen, like, even in grown women, in adult, in their 30s, they're just following their friends because they don't really trust themselves, but they trust their friend. So if you want to completely get out of this kind of dynamics for rest of your life, the best solution would be to invest time and energy to trust yourself, really build that connection with yourself. But just for the time being, let's say for right now in this moment, you don't have like, okay, maybe 2 3 hours a day or an hour a day to start building that trust just today. Maybe you can do it tomorrow. So what can you do today? um, I like to ask questions because questions are a very quick way to get us out of our subconscious patterns into our conscious mind, into our higher brain, and really be present with what's in front of us instead of our own interpretation of it. So one of the questions I like to ask when I feel like I am like someone is molding me or manipulating me, or I am doing things that I don't really want to do. So the first question I ask, why am I doing it? And then, just go quiet. You can write it down. Why are you following through with whatever other person wants you to? And is it because of fear? And just wait for the answer to come up. If you really want it, your subconscious mind, your soul, your inner being, your inner child, they're ready to talk to you. So it's not like, um, the answer is gonna just hide away from you and you have to dig deeper. It's right there. All you have to do is allow it. If nothing comes, if you don't hear anything or any inspired thought coming to you, just ask yourself, am I afraid of getting rejected? And just sit with that. Usually, what people do in this situation, they're just like, you know what? I'm just going to leave all my friends. They're not good people. They're always manipulating me. I'm going to go confront all of them. That doesn't serve anybody. It does not serve you. It does not serve them either. It actually disempower people because we go into that whole blame victim mentality. But what I like to teach, especially to my clients, is stay empowered. Everyone has good within them. You have good within you. Other people who are controlling you or trying to control you, they have good within them too. The more we understand about our own self, the easier it is to build those amazing connection with other people. So ask yourself, are you afraid of rejection? Do you feel like you won't have any more friends after that? Whatever your scenario is that you're working with, especially if it's with family member, a lot of people, a lot of women I know who go through this controlling, like putting up with control kind of behavior just because they're afraid of getting a divorce. They don't want to be single with kids. They don't want to go that way. And that is the fear. And it's such a perceived fear. While when they come out and they just openly talk to their spouse from their heart, there's nothing to be afraid of. Their spouse wants to talk to them just as much as they wanted to talk. So the fear of divorce or rejection is just completely made up. So ask yourself these questions. And depending on whatever the answer comes. So for example, if the answer is fear of rejection, now that fear, all the fears, all the insecurities, again, they come from our lower brain. That is the place where, this is that amazing tool in a human body that keeps us safe. It keeps us so safe. No matter what the situation is, we can run and save our life. But it becomes problem when we start living from our lower brain instead of from our higher brain and using the reasoning, especially in our behavior, because we are just different, I don't know, million gazillion patterns of behavior, the way we live every single day to make it easier to live. It would be so hard if we have to think, stop and think every single thing we do. It would be impossible to drive if that's how we start to function. So we are so blessed to have this automatic tool in our head right here to control all the automated systems that are running and whatnot. But it does become problematic when those behavior kind of become uh, the word that's coming to my mind, maybe a little bit extreme, is like shackles that stop us from becoming more of us and building those deeper connection with ourselves and with other people. That's how life becomes so juicy and full of love every single moment. So ask yourself those questions when you feel like other people are controlling you in different ways. Based on whatever answer you come up with, I can tell you there would be some kind of fear. There could be some fear of like maybe you're not enough, maybe other people will reject you. Maybe if that's what happened, you'll be alone for rest of your life. Do remember all those fears are there to keep you safe. But when we stay in that safety, we do not grow. Our relationships do not grow either. And we get stuck in that monotonous life that's not serving anybody. It's not serving you to live to your higher potential, and it's not serving other people to live to their higher potential. So that's where we bring the question: is this fear real, or is it a perceived fear? Do you just think that's how it's going to be, or is it something that has happened to you before? Now, usually what happens, something on the similar level happened to us in our childhood, and we created this belief, or maybe we saw other people going through it. So, for example, kids who get bullied at school. I got bullied a lot in high school, like really, really bad bullying, where like the stuff would be coming at me flying from all direction, and I would just get stuck. I was like, I have no idea what to do about it. I got bullied in my early 20s by other women who would make fun of all kind of stuff. So when we have those things sitting in our subconscious mind, real solid evidence, then it becomes a very real thing for you. So if you had you share some of my experiencing experiences, so right now it is very hard for you. I completely understand that. It is very hard for you to step away from that fear because it's very real. But this is what I want to say to you. If you stay in that fear, you are not growing. You are not living up to your fullest potential. And what will happen if you don't live to your fullest potential? You leave this world with your music still inside of you. So let's just take a step back um, and just ask yourself another question. How would it feel if you let go of this fear? That's my favorite question when I want to move through something. How would it feel if you let go of the fear of rejection? Just sit with that. Sit with that for a day, for a week, for a month if you have to. And you will see the more you ask this question, how it will feel. You're inviting the feeling in your body. And our body, every single cell of our body has wisdom, it has power. Our subconscious mind is pretty much our whole body. That's where we store all kind of emotions. And the quickest and the fastest way to override that is the feeling, because feeling is a vibration, feeling is energy. It's going to clean up your cellular memory like this, literally. Um, Sit with that, and I want you to add another thing to that layer. Feel gratitude for feeling that way. That is another very fast way to create any kind of rapid transformation that you're working on, because gratitude is a very high vibration, and then love too. So sit with that question. How would it feel if I let go of the fear of rejection, that other people are going to reject me? Just sit with that. How would it feel? And then be thankful for that feeling. And then, let's just add another layer. You know that I mean, I've been talking about it in every video, but I'll repeat it. Your palm has an electromagnetic field called um, hand chakra. I think that's what we're gonna call it, hand chakra. And then you have your heart chakra right in the middle of your chest, another electromagnetic field. Put your hand there. The heart chakra, right away it expands because two electromagnetic fields are coming together. What's happening? You have more access to the love around you universal love. You have more access to your own soul's power, and then your higher brain is getting activated at the same time just by doing this little act. To put your hand here, right? And then to say, I am so thankful to feel how it feels to let go of my fear. And just keep repeating it. If you can hold this feeling just for 30 seconds, you have completely override the fear that's sitting in your cellular memory. But what usually end up happening, the fourth time you say it, your brain is just going like, lower brain is like, no, you're parting ways from me. No. Um, uh, what if that happened? What if that happened? Like all kind of what if thoughts will start coming to you. And that's where I will say keep this practice for a few days. Usually they say like 21 days is a good time period to create a habit, but if you do it for 90 days, you become it. So depending on wherever you are, however controlled by others or manipulated by others you feel, do it for that long period of time. Do it for 5 minutes, 1 minute daily, maybe for 90 days. And you'll be so surprised. The next version of you that is going to step forward, that would co create with other people instead of being the manipulator or the one being manipulated. And that's when we live to our fullest potential. Now, just a little bit about how to go even deeper. Now, let's say if you are like, okay, I understand, I can let go of this one fear, this one control, or this one thing, but I do want to build a deeper relationship with myself. And that would be the relationship of trust. And that would be the relationship of love with yourself. And that's what I would invite you to invest your time and energy in. You can reach out to me for that. You can go to my website, aliajamalcoaching.com. You can find me through there or on Facebook for my business page. And because this is what I have learned in my journey, when we trust ourselves, that's when we live our fullest potential. That's when no one can control us and we are in harmony with other people, not just with nature, not just with the universe, but with all the humans around us. And that's when we create beautiful families. That's when we create beautiful relationship, beautiful friendships. So I invite you, my friend, to reach out to me or comment below if you are interested in building more trust and love with yourself. And that is all for today. I will see you all for the next video. Bye.